In today's video, I want to cover a topic that's pretty serious to a lot of you. I know many of you may have your experiences with this, but personally, I know somebody that sadly had to go through this, and since nobody's talking about it and I genuinely care about this person, I've decided to make my first video about this person. Of course, I want other people to know about this because the situation is very serious, and this person is still out there. He has faced no repercussions for his actions, and sadly, I have met people that have at least tried or, may have let this guy off the hook. But sadly, this guy knows no bounds. He is willing to do anything. He is willing to do anybody. And it's clear in this video that if you at least know the context of what happened, the things that he's done are going to be far worse than pedophilia. And to be honest, I hope, if you're watching this or you've gone through any of these things personally, that you're okay. I'm not going to go ahead and pretend like everybody's gone through the same things or has the same experiences. But what I will say is if you can relate to this, please share this video and help me get this person caught, because the things that they have done are just outright disgusting and go far beyond illegal. Of course, some of the things that he's done are pedophilia, trying to rape her, and honestly just being really manipulative, which is not really something that's like illegal. But if you're trying to manipulate somebody into at least allowing you to continue your actions, or at least try to manipulate somebody into feeling sorry for you, that's pretty fucking weird. It's pretty fucking shameful too. I mean, considering the fact that he was 22 and she was 16 to 17 is like pretty fucking crazy. Yes, she was 17 when they officially started dating, but when he was grooming her, she was 16, sadly. And in this screenshot, we have proof that, well, at least somewhat proof that the grooming started when she was 16, in her opinion, which even, let's just say he wasn't trying to groom her, it's still illegal that he tried to date a 17-year-old, and it's still fucking weird that you've known someone since they were 16 and you were at least like 21, but you still chose to date them when they were 17, which is not just illegal, but fucking weird. That's like watching your partner grow up. It's like those incels that say their girlfriend was aborted in the womb. That's fucking weird and disgusting. The fact that this guy got away with half of the shit that he did is fucking crazy. Now, a lot of you are probably going to bring up the fact that she was 17 and he was only 22, which, I mean, regardless, he's 22. He should have understood in some place in his brain that dating a 17-year-old is fucking weird. But also, according to the victim, she was very emotionally unstable, and due to some trauma she had in her past, she was willing to take any attention she got, and he was clearly one of the people that understood she had these problems, as she said at that time he was somewhat of her best friend, which, I mean, is pretty fucking sad. I mean, having a 22-year-old man not only be your best friend but manipulate you and treat you like shit has to be disgusting in some way. I mean, in no way can you justify these actions and decide that he's innocent. Of course, everybody has their own opinions of what is okay and what is not okay to do, but by no means should we excuse his actions, because, I mean, imagine this. Your teenage daughter is clearly emotionally unstable and she's being manipulated by a dude who at that time was her best friend and should have understood somewhat in his brain that maybe, just maybe, I'm taking advantage of her in her emotionally unavailable state, an unstable state. But according to him, none of that matters. Again, to most of you, this may still not justify what happened, and this may still make her seem as if she's lying or somewhat of a victim. But again, may I have to bring up the fact that he was fucking 22? There's nothing you can say to justify that. He was 22, she was a teenager, and he was a grown man. That's 4 years past the age of 18. He had 4 years to understand not dating 17-year-olds or not dating minors is somewhat bad, but he didn't care. And to be honest, that's just disgusting, man. If you're justifying that, or at least trying to justify him and saying, oh my God, but the courts will see it this way, it doesn't matter what the courts think. It matters what you think. You have to think somewhere in your brain, maybe, just maybe, he was in the wrong, and I shouldn't be thinking about this from what would the courts think? And I should be thinking about this in a way of, what's morally okay and what's morally wrong? Now, again, some of you may still think that she should have at least understood in her brain what was going on was not okay and done everything sooner. But according to her, even when they did break up, he would constantly harass and stalk her. In these two screenshots, it shows that he at least tried to talk to her brother once, which was pretty fucking weird because she really did not want to talk to this guy. In fact, the only reason that she talked to him at all was because they were in the same server together. And again, if you want to know more about the situation, I suggest you hit these two people up, as you can ask them about the situation and they'll tell you, I'm pretty sure, that they won't really mind to take some time out of their day to talk about this situation in full, because I mean, I don't know about it as much as they do. Now, according to these messages, it shows that at one point he had been willing to do things that he shouldn't have been doing or shouldn't be doing for her. And I'm not saying that he did anything weird at this point in time, because according to her, this was before they were dating. But considering the fact that that could mean anything, which could mean she was around 16 to 17 and he was around 22 to 21 while saying these things, that's fucking disgusting, either way you put it. And this alone may not prove that he had sexual intent, but according to this screenshot, which she claimed were the things that she had to write down because he wanted to do these things to her when they met in person, which I'm going to talk about later, this alone should just prove to you he's a really disgusting bastard. Again, in my opinion, I don't feel as if a 17-year-old would be able to say these things or think about these things personally and just to write them down and say, hey, you know, I want to do these things with my pedophilic boyfriend, who she claimed, again, was the only friend that she had at the time. And to be honest, this can be really sad, because if the only friend you have wants to date you, to a lot of you, you may just say, oh, it's a simple no. But again, if it's somebody who you're clearly viewing as your best friend, you think he won't have any intent to endanger you or intent to harm you, and you trust him this much, I don't think saying no would really benefit you, because I mean, you're already friends, and even though he's a weird pedophile, you don't want to lose him. He's the only thing you have. Losing him would mean losing your only friend, which to a lot of you may not seem like much, but to somebody who's 16 to 17, losing your only friend and the only form of enjoyment you get out of life would be pretty fucking sad. Now, in my opinion, this isn't good at all. If you're willing to date somebody and you're a minor and the person you're willing to date is an adult, do not date them. If they're trying to date you as an adult and you're a minor, clearly, there is something wrong with them. I don't think you should show any mercy. In the fact, according to most of the people in that server, he was in there a while after they broke up and they got exposed. That's sad, man. I couldn't imagine being with my groomer and a really bad guy 24/7 in a server that I'm constantly active in, because I mean, that's my safe place. That's a place that I rely on for enjoyment a lot of the time, which to a lot of you may not seem important, but it's just really sad and disgusting, and I'm sorry that they had to go through this, especially considering the fact that, you know, it was clear he at least wanted to keep their relationship a secret. Again, to a lot of you, it may still seem like, oh my god, the police aren't going to care. Why would you make this video? I'm making this video to put out awareness and show, even in the smallest of situations where people feel as if their life or the people they trust may not endanger them, people are still going to put them in harm's way as long as it benefits them. Sometimes people are selfish, and again, as a person who has met a lot of selfish people and bad people in the past, it really sucks when those people try to hurt you. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh my gosh, are you going to try and justify this? Because if you're still trying to justify this after everything I already showed on the screen, you're just a weirdo. But sadly, that's not where everything ends. And in fact, he's done far worse stuff according to her. Now, again, there is one last part that I have actual evidence for. And the last part, which was, you know, how she described the current events of them going on a trip together was, again, I wasn't on that trip, but according to her, and you can go into this server and ask these two people, you know, what may have happened on that trip, because according to me, I don't know anything. According to them, they know a lot. So if you really feel like you want to, you know, confront them about what's about to happen, honestly, just go ahead and ask them already. I wouldn't hesitate trying to, especially considering the fact that, I mean, this guy isn't famous or anything. It's not like if we actually tried to get this guy caught, he would just get caught instantly or found, because he's not on the internet a lot. But I do know he got away with what he did. And I know that's not okay to do. So if you feel as if you have any more questions about what I'm about to say, come to these two people in this server. I talked to them, they said it was okay. And if you have any further questions, definitely don't hesitate to ask them. But without further ado, I suggest we get into part 2 of this video.
You fucking liar, you fucking piece of shit, little fucking rat.
Now, part 2 is going to be about when they were meeting in real life, which was not a pleasant experience for her. As she states multiple times, when they met in real life, he lied about the way he looked, his height, his face, and he was just disgusting, man. I can't imagine, I literally cannot imagine being in the same room with somebody who's willing to lie about the way they look to date somebody and still meet up with them in real life, which is exactly what they did. In fact, this is where most of the bad stuff happens, as according to her, when they went to go see a movie, he ended up grabbing her hand and putting it on his crotch, which is disgusting because, I mean, she didn't consent to that, and according to her, they were watching a children's movie, which shows he has no shame whatsoever. I mean, it was the Mario movie. To many of you, you may call that, you know, a kid's movie. To some of you weirdos, you may not call that a kid's movie. I mean, if you're as educated as me, any movie appropriate for a younger audience is a children's movie or a kid's movie. Again, though, I'm not going to go ahead and, you know, monologue over what a kid's movie is or isn't. But what I can say is it's just really sad that she had to go through that, man. Also, she was 17, so, I mean, if this enough doesn't make him seem like a pedophile or weirdo, I don't know what does. Now, he has done some stuff that is slightly worse than this, and I don't really feel like talking about it at this moment, but here is something that shows that, you know, I mean, you already know what this is, man. According to her, she had to use this on him, which, I mean, it's pretty fucking freaky, but she had to use this on him. You know what this is. I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you what it is. You know what it is. You're a fucking weirdo. Now, according to her, a couple minutes after they were done with the movie, they went to go sit on a bench together, which is pretty freaking nice. I mean, it's a great start to a day, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm surprised he even made it this far considering the things that he's done. But according to her, literally 3 hours after she met him, he mentioned the topic of sex. Keep in mind, they just sat down from watching the movie, and he was already talking about sex. Now, after that, she went to go do some shopping with him, which is normal. I mean, it's your sister's wedding, man. Go enjoy your day. But she talks about how she was so exhausted from shopping and doing things with him, which she didn't elaborate by, and I can only assume is having sex or doing sexual stuff with him, that she just wasn't in the mood at that point. This is where things start going downhill, as she talks about how weird he was and how pushy he was when trying to have sex with her, even though she clearly didn't want to have sex at the time, and it was just clear she wasn't in the mood for doing anything sexual or having any intercourse with him, and he just wasn't taking no for an answer. According to her, he was touching her even though she didn't want to be touched, and it just really made her feel uncomfortable. And honestly, that's disgusting, man. It was just really fucking disgusting having to think about the things that she had to go through, especially considering she wasn't even there for him. She was there for her sister. In fact, he got into an argument with her because she didn't want to have sexual things with him. I mean, you can't get mad at somebody because they don't want to have sex with you. That's not their fault. I mean, if I don't want to have sex with somebody, I don't have to. Like, that's not something that she owes him, and it's sad to know that he felt the need to make her feel bad for not having sex with his fat, ugly ass. Now, if that's not bad enough, according to her, they went to go to the mall after that, which is, I mean, it's kind of fucking traumatic. I mean, having to get, you know, your old partner or your partner to not try and sexually assault you and then going to the mall with them right after, that's gotta be somewhat traumatic, man. I couldn't imagine going to the mall with somebody who literally just tried to assault me, but sadly, she had to. And to be honest, she said they were just doing the basic stuff, getting food and, you know, having fun with each other. But down the line, they went to go into a store, and he ended up getting a vibrator and some rope. Now, If the past things weren't sexual assault, then this definitely is. But according to her, he tried to force her to use the vibrator when she didn't want to, and the only way she could get him to even remotely stop was by pointing out the fact that there was people there. Now, if you have to point out the fact that there's people in front of you to get somebody to stop trying to make you put a vibrator up your ass, I think it's a clear problem, man. I don't think that's something you should do. And it's clear that she owned this vibrator, as in the previous picture. I showed, some proof that there was at least some sex toy used. But according to her, I think this is the vibrator that they got. And that's just weird, man. That's just fucking weird. Forcing a 17-year-old girl to use a vibrator when you're 22, it's just weird, man. It's fucking creepy. And considering the fact that this is the guy we're talking about, I don't have any standards at all, man. I don't really have any hopes. I don't think there's anything you can do or say to make this guy seem innocent. And if there is, I mean, good luck, man. I hope the best of luck to you, but it's not gonna work. It's sad, but considering that this is the kind of people we live with every day, I can only imagine that there's people going through something, similar or worse than this right now, and nobody's doing anything. Sadly, though, by the time they were leaving, he didn't cut out the creep act, and he actually tried to take a pair of her underwear, which she told me made her feel very uncomfortable, and she was clearly trying to protest him taking her dirty underwear, which he specifically wanted the dirty ones, which, I mean, if he already doesn't look like a Japanese pervert, I don't know what to tell you, but it's clear, it's very clear that he had sexual intentions with her and did sexual stuff with her. And if taking underwear is something that isn't even that wild compared to the other things that he's done, it just shows that this man has no shame. You can't defend this man any longer. Also, it was clear according to her that he wanted to keep memories, as that's what he told her, which is a horrible excuse, but considering this is the same guy that took her necklace and put his dick on it and sent her a dick pic, I don't really expect anything civil from this guy, if you can even call him a guy. He's more of an animal. Now again, I'm not going around telling people they can't believe what they want to believe, but what I am going to do is tell you that a pedophile is a pedophile. You can't defend this guy, you can't say he's innocent, you can't say everything that he did was online, because, I mean, it was clear that they at one point seen each other in real life and did things. But sadly, this guy is still out here, he is still doing things, and from the looks of it, it doesn't seem like he's in jail at all. Again, you might want to join and ask these people what they think of the situation, because again, I wasn't there for it. But what I am going to do is I am going to at least link the server in the description so you can join it yourself. And if you feel as if you want to talk to me or give me ideas for videos, you can join my server too. It's not as big and it doesn't have as many people. It's not as active, and to be honest, if you don't really want to join a Discord server filled with a lot of people or filled with active people, mine is the one. We don't really ping too many people on videos or live streams unless you have the YouTube role that, tells you when I'm doing a live stream or uploading a video. But unless you have those on, it's pretty quiet down here. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, man, repost it, share it on different platforms. I just want to get this guy caught, man. I think he's a really bad person, and it would help a lot if you could at least spread the word of this guy's name. His name is Doot, but I don't like his name. It's really stupid in my opinion. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button or something. Anyways, goodbye.